about Middle East and Africa. We have here with us Tony Salod Montserrat, founder of Padelines Sport Group. We are changing perspective and let us know what's happening, for example, in your area, in terms of paddle growth, for example, or which marketing tools can be the most efficient.
Well, starting from a little bit few years back, we, in the UAE, where I'm based, which could be the epicenter of racket sports in the Middle East, we had the luck of the sport being endorsed by very high profile people, being royals from the country. That helped massively for the first club when it opened to be recognized as a racket sport, one for most, because the government over there
Support.
Automatically embraced the sport as what it is. It wasn't an activity like in many countries like US or the UK. When you start, it's just an activity, a leisure activity, and by the time it gets into a sport, it might be many years. But in the UAE, we were lucky the sport was recognized from day one because of who introduced the sport in the country. And that helped the storytelling, obviously, to move faster. When you bring into the club level, marketing-wise, it was more about how can you create an emotion towards the center in terms of what value does it bring to the player or to the guest. And in order for that, you needed to touch many aspects of it. And one was the emotional side of people coming to practice the sport. Because at the end of the day, paddle is competing with many other activities, sports activities. But in the market where I live, being a very exclusive weather permitted region, the sport started being outdoors, and you had to do something very different in order for people to give you their time, especially in the good weather period, for them to come and practice. So it was always much focused towards what can we give back to the community instead of us introducing the sport. So it was basically developing a community-centric space that they could come, as well as with the families, not just to have a coffee, not to just play the sport. It would just get together because we were all in the same boat of being an expat community-centric country. The minority is the people who live there. However, they introduced the sport. And from then, it just escalated into what it is now. We live in a world of age of social media. Social media exposes us, well, exposes the sports a lot faster, but at the same time, it can show something that might not be real. And so I always advocate to all the companies I work with that they're trying to open in new regions that the storytelling that has to be exposed has to be about the person behind the story. So whether those are the investors or the people who work, so there has to be not so much showing what the sport is what Marcus was referring before. It's not about showing the Coca-Cola on a Coca-Cola magazine. No. It's about what does Coca-Cola represent.
For them.
And that emotion that you can give through the cup. And that, to me, is what it builds the brand of identity of that exposure club. So that's what